Hi, my name is Zikra. Like what you see, give me a
Like and subscribe.
I've got the two notes from my parents, and this is from my father. His handwritten note, that's his beautiful handwriting. It reads Salams Mahal, that means peace be upon you, daughter. You are a wonderful daughter. You made me very happy. Be happy. I love you, darling, daddy. So I never really got to the explanation of why I chose this prompt. So this was the very last handwritten note that he gave me before when we flew down to see him after his emergency surgery to get the stent done and start dialysis. So that's what I meant by beloved visitor, because all of us flew down, like the family I have here, myself, my husband, my daughter, and my younger sister, and my brother-in-law as well. We all flew down to Sri Lanka to see my father. And that I'm going to tuck in there, and I think it fits in perfectly. And this is from my mother, the birthday message that she had sent me. And this one says, happy birthday, my princess daughter Zikra. You're loved today, tomorrow, and always. Love, mama. And that I'm going to put it behind here. So that's my prompt, guys. So I just finished filming this one. And I am going to continue and do the journal card and beloved visitor along with the altered pocket and texture fragments, but I'm also including the prompt from the 18th, which is the mini pocket letter and specimen. This prompt is dedicated to my parents, especially my father, and I will be talking more about it. Okay, let's just get started for now. Right, so I've got this acetate here, and again, backtracking a bit, my father is a gem merchant, so we're going to just use a lot of glitter and a lot of shiny things. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get some glitter in between the acetate. I'm going to sew it, and once I do that, I'll come and show you what I've done. And as for my mother loves flowers, and I'm going to put this into an acetate as well. So for the mini pocket and specimen, I didn't do anything too fancy. As I explained, this one, these flowers were sent to me by my mother for one of my birthdays, and she sent me a card also. So I put this into this acetate pocket. So this is my take on it. I'm not doing anything more for that prompt because the flowers is kind of a letter, like a pocket letter. It's a message that matters, right? Unconditional love. I do have the card. I have to get a printout of that because I don't want to use the original. I will add that later. And the other prompt, which is the journal card and the beloved visitor, as I said, these two prompts I'm putting them together, the 9th and 10th. Yes, so fragments. I want to imitate gems. More fragment than gems, right? Like that's like they literally have rough stones and polished ones, and they're cut well and all kinds of things. So that's what I was kind of going for, like the glitter and all that stuff with this acetate, but I felt like it wouldn't show up too well on the black background, so I just took this white piece of card and that shows up much better. So I will use this piece as the pocket, the altered pocket, and my mother's journal. Sorry, the why am I stuttering and stammering? Oh my god. The mini pocket letter and specimen. So I thought I will put this one on this side. I think I will also get another white card so it will show up better like that. I just went ahead and put these things in between acetate and I just sewed around. My sewing machine wasn't being too kind to me. It kept ripping and tearing and I don't know what was happening. And I also added these to represent jewelry because my father is a gem merchant and my mother loves wearing the jewelry. So that's why I added this stuff. And this is a part of my mother's stuff because my mother, she went to this in Sri Lanka, back in Sri Lanka. She found this shop and she found all kinds of laces and she spent her own money and she sent me a whole bunch of trims so that I don't have to buy any for some time. That's so sweet of her. She's really someone like that who would really go out of her way. So I've used some of those trim. I've just stapled them on to the acetate. So yeah, so that's where I think this will go, so it can just hang off the page like this. I'm sorry, I think I better off my heat. I'm really cold. That's the sound of my heater, guys. I'll off it in a little while. I'll turn it off in a little while. Sorry if the sound bothers you, but I hope I'm clear. I hope you can hear me. And cut this piece of paper because it kind of fits. Like that. Okay, I just went ahead and got this double-sided tape because that should have been the first choice, but I don't know why I didn't do that. So I hope. Let me start from the bottom actually. Just want to see if that will show through the acetate because let's just it probably will. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay. I think I'm just going to put 2 squares on the corners. I don't want the tape to show through too much. So I'm just going to put them in these corners like that. Yeah, I'm happy that I didn't glue it all over. Those 2 corners is good enough for me. Yeah. The pocket thing, I think I will put it onto this side. so that I can tuck the messages and letters that my parents give me behind this onto this side. Just have to make sure that it's easier for me to open and close, because I wanted this one to hang, and I think it'll be safer, these beads will be safer hanging on this side than on that side. Okay, now we're going to start decorating. I'm going to put down a lot of glitter onto the journal itself. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just roughly paint it in a lighter color. I'm going to get my paint sheet out a little bit, and I'm going to mix some, okay, I'm just going to mix some white and some blue and some green. I'm going to put this aside to dry for now. The reason I left this part and this part is because I know that this will go in somewhere like that, and this one is going to cover this bit, but the rest we shall see. Okay, I'm just going to put this aside now. And remember this clay that we had from the first prompt. I don't want you to use a different color since I've opened this one up anyway. That's why I'm using a pink. Hopefully I can paint over it. Right, let's just go for it. Let's just, these gemstones, right? Let's take a medium sized one just to test it. And let's press it down. Let's press her down like that. Ooh, see? Now that looks good. That even looks like, and if you like stab it with your pen, pokey tool, it kind of looks like a ring even, right? But when I paint this, I'm going to paint this, right? I'm just going to have to be extremely careful and not get any paint on the gemstone. I'm going to have to flatten it because I don't want it to become so fat that my journal will get even bulky. Okay, let's just maybe start flat and then push this down in the middle like that. Okay, not bad, but I like it when it was a bit bulky actually. Let's see how that goes. Okay, let's do another one. It's not going to be perfect. I was going to make this a very chatty video. I did want to talk about my father, to be honest. It's emotional for me because I knew this is the theme I wanted to do for this prompt. So the reason I'm saying this whole idea came about was because we had just come back from Sri Lanka. We had just flown back after my younger sister's wedding. And my father got really sick. Actually, it was a flu that was going around at that time. And it was just like after COVID. But thankfully, thank God, like none of us got COVID except my grandfather, my maternal grandfather. We lost him to COVID. I love him a lot as well, but may he rest in peace. I know he's going to heaven. He's happy there. He's definitely happy there because he's such a wonderful person. I'm not going to get emotional about it right now. But because talking about my father is even more emotional for me right now, because I know my grandfather's passed and he's happy and he's in a happier place, and he was lucky enough to live his full life. He's seen his great grandchildren. I'm going to use another color now. On the wedding, the day of the wedding, my father got really sick, like terribly sick, and my mother was all dressed up as well, and like honestly nobody knew anything, and she had to rush to the hospital because my father had fainted and vomited and all kinds of things. But anyway, that was the starting of it all. My father got very sick, and that was a day that we'll never forget. His clothes, he couldn't even wear his shoes. His feet were just swollen. It's very hard for me to talk about this. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to remember my father like this because I know he's such an amazing person. My father, other than the fact that he does gems for a living, like his job, everybody says he's a gem of a man as well. It was a kidney issue. My father is a kidney patient and he has diabetic and pressure and all that kind of stuff, and like diabetic of the worst kind. He doesn't even touch sugar. That's how he takes insulin. And his condition was so bad that he had to start on dialysis, but it wasn't an easy process because for him it was just very complicated because he's a diabetic patient, he has pressure, and it was very sensitive, and his kidneys are very weak as well, and he was refusing to do the stent, which he should have done way earlier than he had to. So it got to a point where he got a heart attack, and that's when they rushed into the hospital, and we all thought that's it. And my sister, my younger sister, and my husband, my daughter, like all of us flew back to Sri Lanka. Like we didn't know if he would live. It's going to get really messy because I plan on using glitter and stuff, and got some of these colors. I don't know if I'll use everything, but let's just go ahead and go for it. Edges. go for the gold. This is a very messy project. So this one, I want to keep it quite plain. This page, I'm not going to mess with too much, but I am free to decorate this one. Okay, I'm mostly going to use the gold. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to go in a slanted way, and let's just get some strips down. And I'm going to do one color at a time. So we'll do the gold again. Give it some time to catch. Like I said, it's a very messy project. But who doesn't love glitter? Let's get a strip of white in the middle. Get some sequins and stick those down as well. I'm just using my glue. I just wish I had a thinner nozzle thing. This big bottle is all I have right now. Just going to put on both sides. I remember, like, when I was a teenager, as a teenager I had to design a sari, and this is exactly the way I did it, with the sequins, because in Sri Lanka we wear saris as well for weddings and all kinds of things, for functions and special events, for graduation. Yeah, but mostly and for work even, like women in the bank, they wear sari, and we have our traditional ways of wearing the sari. There's the Kandyan style. Some teachers wear them, and actually the older generation, some of them are still wearing them. Even the younger generation, for work. It's quite a traditional outfit. I know I was talking about my father, but I think that's very personal right now for me, and I just love my father so much. Like, he's the kind of person that he'd do anything for his children and his wife, but his children, oh my god, like, I'm the second in the family, and they have, I'm second of 5 children. Like, I'm number 2 of 5 children. I have 4 siblings. and my elder sister and we have a 6-year gap. And my father used to travel a lot on business trips and all that stuff. He's traveled almost everywhere actually. But in these periods of time that he would travel, like he said that he stopped traveling because I, as a baby, didn't recognize him anymore. Like, and he said that broke my heart. And he literally stopped traveling. He was like, no, you guys come to me. He literally told his like buyers and stuff, you guys can come to Sri Lanka. I will, like, they would stay at our house. We had a guest bedroom, and he would paint it and make it very hospitable and very comfortable for them. And yeah, he literally said, no, I'm not leaving my children behind. And even when he used to travel like out of Colombo, like when he had to travel out of the city to another city, again on business purposes, he would come back the same night, no matter how late it got. He would be like, no, I need to be with my family. So no matter how late it got, he would leave so early in the morning. I remember like maybe 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning he would travel, and he would come back home late in the night. He would not stay without us. He was so loving. He is so loving. It is starting to look like jewelry, yet I just want to make it sparkle. Just throwing all kinds of glitter right now. And he had very good taste in music. I think I've already mentioned that, but he was very hip. Like he was very, very cool and very outgoing, and he's very close to my daughter as well. Like, she was always with them. I would leave her with them and I would go out with my friends or something. Oh my gosh, my parents, I am so lucky to have them. Honestly, I couldn't have asked God for better parents than the ones I've been given. Honestly, I cannot even put into words the amount of things they've done for me. I'm just putting a little bit of glitter, like not too much, just here and there, just randomly. I need to remove these. Why did I put them on here anyway? Gosh. The way I want to remember my father. And I think that's how I will remember my father, because right now he is very, very sick and he's only getting sicker. But he's a very strong man. I know that. That's one thing about my father. He is a he's a fighter. I know. He knows. The world should know about him. That's how amazing he is. I think that's good enough now, guys. I am going to now go ahead and staple this. Maybe I should staple this one first so it's not going to slip. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this and make sure I'm not stapling anything in the previous prompt. Bismillah. Okay, that's one. Okay, I think that's good for the corner on this side, and staple it. Staple it once on this so they are not going to move out. Yeah, and then staple this anyway. Okay, let me quickly just do that. Okay, and then we will go this way. So now I'm attaching this to the paper, to the journal. Let's start from the middle over here. Okay, and one on this edge at the bottom. Nice. Let's go to the corners now at the bottom. And at the top. I'm thinking if I should do the top. Maybe I should just leave it. Yeah, I think I will just leave it. I can always staple it. Okay, I got some gold paint here. Let's hope it works. I'm just going to go ahead and paint. It's not a very opaque gold, as you can see, but at least it's shiny. My little brother, my brothers are twins actually, and they're the youngest, and one of them is actually doing my father's business now, along with my father, of course. But he does the traveling and everything now. That he's able to continue my father's legacy. I know I got some on the gem, but that's okay. I think that's good enough because I can glue it and then just leave it open like this for some time. Because I can just glue this on, just let it dry. I think if I had painted it in a white or black and then painted on top with gold, this would have been fine. Now it looks like peach and gold, but it's okay. It's all about the memories. I'm so happy I was able to dedicate this to my parents, my lovely, lovely amazing parents. I love them so much and I miss them dearly. Gorgeous is this page, guys. It's full of glitter. Yeah, I'm so happy with this. And I love my mother's. It's so feminine, just like her. She loves jewelry and flowers, and she's such a girly girl. My mother. Me, on the other hand, I don't even wear jewelry. Like, I rarely wear jewelry. If I am to, also it'll be like 1 or 2 rings, and I'm not someone who likes to wear too many things. My sisters love, not me. Anyway, guys, this is so pretty. So once I get the printouts of what my father had written me and my mother had sent me a card, so I will get those printouts and then I'll stick it in here. Till then, take care, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Bye.